Thank you very much for joining us on EBN TV Live Edition. My name is Consolata Chibalonza, and this is the day I know most of us have been waiting for anxiously for the show, Know Your Law. We're starting it today officially. But before then, let's look at news that has been making headlines. And number one, the Abagusi Council of Elders have called for an immediate ceasefire between Kisii Governor Simba Arati and South Mugirango Member of Parliament Sylvanus Osoro. A multi-sectoral meeting comprising of elders, former political leaders and church leaders, which was convened to broker a truce between the warring leaders, resolved to mediate between the two and called on those fueling chaos in the country to desist. The meeting was attended by Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu, who had offered to mediate between the two leaders. Osoro, who is in the National Assembly as the Majority Chief Whip, attended the meeting, but Arati was conspicuously absent, with the leaders claiming he was engaged elsewhere.
It's a priceless commodity, and it takes two to tango, and that's why we're making this passionate appeal to both His Excellency Governor Simba Arati and Honorable Sylvanus Osoro, the Chief Whip, that they should, in the meantime, cease any altercations in order to give us an opportunity to delve into the pros and cons of issues that may be affecting the stability of the region. And we do this as a call from our own people and the society and Kenyans who are very uncomfortable of the situations that are going on in the county.
Now, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu has issued a warning of police action against parents or communities involved in forcibly chasing school principals due to their dissatisfaction with their children's poor performance in the national exams. The announcement follows recent incidents where school principals faced confrontations with irate parents over the subpar results of their children in the 2023 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education. CS Machogu emphasized that any attempt to forcibly chase teachers from their workstations will be treated as criminal acts, warranting firm and decisive action from law enforcement.
We have to respect our teachers. We are what we are because of what they have done, and we are asking that where there is a program of performance, the stakeholders have to come together. There has to be education day in a given school so that they are able to discuss in a free atmosphere where they are able to identify where the problem is and how to sort it.
And now, Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika has assured medics of their safety at work as Nakuru Level 5 Hospital established more call rooms for doctors and interns. Kihika, who regretted the death of one medical intern at the facility over the weekend, noted that the county administration was putting in place measures to ensure that no such incident is repeated in any facility across the county. The body of Dr. Laban Langat, who is 26 years of age, he was on duty on Friday night at the facility's Margaret Kenyatta Mother-Baby Maternity Wing and was discovered in a trench on Saturday. Kihika noted that the administration was working towards securing the workspaces for the medics, as well as setting up more call rooms to afford the interns spaces to rest as they serve the patients.
We had a meeting both with the union of the doctors and as well as the leadership of the interns at the hospitals, including also the Department of Health senior leadership as well. And what we are trying to do here is just make sure that we can get to the bottom of what happened. Our number one being the justice for Dr. Langat. So we must, we are working closely with the investigating officers or department and making sure that no stone is left unturned until we get to the bottom of really what happened that day. But in addition to that, we as the county government of Nakuru are looking into if there were any weak points.
And now it is a sigh of relief for the parents and guardians of 20 needy students across Mombasa County who excelled in their KCPE exams, as Kenya Commercial Bank, commonly known as KCB, awarded them a 5 million scholarship to cover their secondary education. The KCB scholarship program was established in 2005 to provide high school education scholarships to bright, vulnerable, marginalized and disadvantaged boys and girls, FGM champions, teenage mothers, girls rescued from early marriages, sports talented students and boys from cattle rustling prone regions have been beneficiaries of the same program. The scholarship program has seen substantial growth, with 54 beneficiaries being increased between 2005 and 2011.
I'm going to my girls' school, Nairobi, and I achieved marks of 385.
It's all plans properly on his work, on her work. Then, to work hard. Working hard is to do whatever you can.
Zaidi tunaweza kupata wanafunzi kwa wingi kuliko mwaka.
Still on sponsorship, Faith and Mercy traveled from Narok to Rangala Girls in Siaya County to join Form 1. With just an invitation letter from the school and his basic certificate, the two traveled for 2 days searching for shelter away in Homa Bay and relying on Good Samaritans to get to their destination. Now, Faith, a student from Maranatha Faith Primary, got 365 marks, and the principal of their school wishes to continue with her education despite being from a poor community. Mora's mother, a single mother of 5 children, Faith, who is the firstborn, appealed to people of goodwill to help her daughter continue with her education.
Mimi sasa nilikuwa niko na msee, lakini kama tulitipo ndoa kidogo tuliachana. Sasa mimi niko single. Sasa watoto ninaenda kibarua ndio wakule, ndio wasome. Sasa sina namna nyingine. Nafanya kibarua ya chembe, ninalima. Ninalipangwa shilingi 200. Sasa mtoto amekuja tu, nilipepa ile mafomu, ile karatasi yenye alito kwa hii shule na certificate tu. Enyewe hakuna Kenya tumepepa. Tulikuwa tumekuja tu kuomba usaidizi kwa hii shule. Nilikuwa naomba tu nisaidike mtoto aingie kwa shule.
Mimi ningeomba tu anisaidie niingie shule nisome.
As a school we cannot send them away because probably she's a light. She will be the light in their family later on. She is the firstborn in their family. This is a single family. She's a single mother who separated with her husband after marrying another wife and disappeared from the first wife and left the children there, according to the mother. And so, because she sustains a family through manual work, and we know manual work cannot enable her to pay school fee. So we will definitely admit her and give her that she's a bright girl. And looking at the list that they gave me from the school, she was the best in that school, position 1 with 365. So that means this girl is very bright and also needy. And if given a good condition, environment to learn in, and if well-wishers come in, then I believe that sky will not be the limit for her.
Elsewhere, Emmanuel Kidemi, who got 381 marks, walked to Kakamega School in Kakamega County with the only result papers and a letter of invitation, while another, Titus Achevi, who got 383 marks, shocked the school when he entered carrying the death certificate of his mother, who died 9 years ago, and a document of results. Achevi, to his great regret, was denied admission to the school, because of a document he could not afford to publish, caused by financial problems and lack of access to internet services. The principal of the school, Dr. Julius Mambili, is calling on donors to intervene and help the students.
Nilipata alama 381 na kukuja kwangu hapa, nilikuja hapa kwa kutafuta msaada kwa yeyote ambaye anaweza kunisaidia. Na hata huko nyumbani, tukiwa nyumbani, mama ni mgonjwa, hata saa zingine huwa tunalala tu njaa, atuli. Sasa vile ni mgonjwa, sasa hata hajui venye ndaenda shule, ako tu sasa ako kwa kitanda amelala, na ndio maana nilikuja hapa. Nilikuwa nitamani sana kusoma hapa kwa sababu niliona nikisoma hapa naweza toka na grade nzuri. Sasa nilikuwa naomba tu mwenye ana roho ya utu aingilie kati anisaidie.
Nilisomea shule ya msingi ya Nyenyesi, nikapata alama 383. Hata shule ya msingi nimekuja hapa ili nitafute msaada, kwa sababu mimi sina mama, na mama alikufa kabla nionyeshe baba ni nani. Na mimi nilikuwa naomba tu msaada kwa yule ambaye anaweza kanisaidia, kwa sababu sina mbele wala nyuma. Mwenye naishi naye hajiwezi. Yeye chenye anaweza ni kutafuta tu chakula ya kula ya nyumbani. Ni hayo tu. Kuja hapa hivi nimetembea kutoka Sitswe nikafika hadi Shanda. Msamaria mwema akanibeba hadi hapa nilipo kwa sasa, hapa Kakamega High School hapa. Hata sijui vile nitarudi nyumbani, kwa sababu kuja hapa ilikuwa chupu. Hata nilikuwa narudi nyumbani kwa kutembea tu. Sasa naomba msaada, kama kuna mtu ambaye anaweza kanisaidia anisaidie.
Kama kuna yeyote yule anaweza kuwa ana moyo kusaidia, apate kutusaidia kama shule, kwa sababu sisi tumepokea watoto wengi, na vile tulivyokuwa tumeeleza hapo awali ni kwamba hatuna uwezo wa kumudu idadi ambayo imetufikia, ili idadi ambayo inahitaji msaada. Kwa hivyo kama unaweza kusaidia kama mtu kibinafsi ama financial institution, ama mkuje pamoja marafiki, ama hata wanasiasa wetu kupitia kwa CDF ama kwa county government ya Kakamega, nitawahimiza ya kwamba hawa ni watoto wale ambao wana matumaini makubwa, na sisi kama shule tunajaribu kuangalia jinsi ya kuwasaidia, but tunaomba msaada kutoka kwa jamii kule.
Onto the corridors of justice. Mumias East MP Peter Salasia appeared before the Mumias court after Judge Marcella Onyango ordered that he appears in court to answer to the charges of beating Makuna Isongo MCA. When in front of Marcella Onyango in the Mumias court, Salasia denied 2 charges, 1 of attacking the representative of the ward and 2 causing violence that disturbed the peace of the meeting.
Is his claim that he was admitted on the 15th, making it impossible for him to appear before this court on the morning of 16th. And Your Honor, we maintain that the accused has not provided any document to this court to prove this admission. The receipts that my learned friend has submitted as an afterthought.
And the issue was that we provide evidence of cell phone data indicating that indeed on the material date, which was yesterday, that the accused person of the suspect then was at Ekero in Mumias and not in Kisumu Aga Khan Hospital as the advocate had actually.
Now, still in the courts, 31 suspects who are facing charges of killing 429 people in the Shakahola massacre have been brought to Malindi High Court to answer the charges. The suspects are among the 98 suspects who were arrested in the Shakahola forest, where the controversial preacher Paul Mackenzie was leading his followers in the training of the ideology of fasting to death. In front of the judge of the court, Mugure Thande, the 31 suspects were not charged with murder, and instead the court ordered them to undergo a mental examination and undergo medical treatment and then return to the court after 20 days. The prosecution, led by Victor Muli, had requested 14 days for the suspects to undergo mental examination and treatment. The suspects are expected to return to court on February the 6th, 2024, so that they can read the charges facing them.
Further, given that the accused persons will be taking plea on diverse dates in Mombasa, Shanzu, and Tononoka courts, and given further that the accused are held in Shimolatewa, Kilifi, and Malindi prisons, and given further that neither the court nor council can tell the number and availability of psychiatrists in this region, I find that a period of 14 days is not unreasonable. Accordingly, I direct that 1, All accused persons do undergo psychiatric assessment to ascertain their fitness to take plea. 2. Medical attention and care to be availed to the fourth accused person and any other accused person who is unwell at the prison at which they are held. 3. Application for bond is deferred until all accused persons have taken plea. And finally, mention on the 6th of February 2024 for plea taking. So be in charge of Shimolatewa prison to ensure that all accused persons are fed just like any other persons held in prison.
And with that, we bring a wrap to the events or stories that have been making headlines this day, this 17th of January 2024. Right about now, we're about to jump straight into Know Your Law, the segment we have all been waiting for. And for this time round, we want to understand, why is it so hard to acquire, or is it really hard to acquire judicial services or court services according to the judicial system that we have currently in the country? With me will be one Peter Wasanga, who's already in studio with us. He'll tell us more about himself and also help us try to crack down on how to best acquire legal services in the 254. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Stick around.